Hey there, my name's Neandra. This is competitive Overwatch Elios at around 2350 SR. I'm playing this on an alt account with my friend Kondo. This was either earlier in Season 5 or even 4 actually, it's quite a while ago. That night we lost 6 games in a row and drew 1. I think this was either the 4th or 5th loss. Like, we were definitely kind of fed up at this point, at least I was. By God does it show in our performance. I talked to Kondo a few times in Mumble, which is not picked up by the video. I've subtitled a rough idea of what I've said. I intentionally positioned myself behind Winston. At this rank, most enemies aren't going to look at my beam and think, oh, Mercy's standing behind me healing the target I'm attacking, let's go after her instead. I was pretty confident that I could do my job safely from here. I briefly saw Junkrat on higher ground and said nothing. I should have mentioned it to my allies. I missed every shot there. Good job, me.
I'm not with you anymore, Winston.
When I stop following an ally who's pretty far forward, I always want them to know I'll be no longer with them. Hopefully this will make them play just like a little safer or something. I blind fire for ult charge while my beam has no targets. I remember at the time thinking, Lucio is their only healer? Fuck yeah dude, this should be an easy win. The game's finally throwing us a bone after a bunch of shitty matches. I fell into the mindset of unconventional team composition means instant win for us, which is really fucking stupid. I position myself back for res, but instead of hiding completely, I try to just attach my beam to anyone who's viable. I didn't realise it at the time, but we were still a person down with res here as May had died and respawned a few seconds ago. I also should have given D.Va more attention here, like I damage boost her as she gets into mech and then just stop and my beam is just not attached to anyone at all.
They kind of wasted Han's ult and Lucio ult.
So, my res is countered by Reaper ult, but then they also use Hanzo and Lucio ult. I've said this many times on Reddit that Mercy punishes poor ult management, like a team uses 3 ults at once and then it's nullified by enemy Mercy who just brings them all back. I've always thought that when playing against Mercy, your team should always save 1 ult so you can then re-wipe those who are brought back. I swear people take this to an extreme, like I've had so many matches where I res 2 to 4 people and the enemy starts to go nuts with ultimates in attempt to kill us again. In these situations, we may be down res, but the enemy is down like 3 ults. There's a good chance my team is winning the ult economy game. So yeah, if you find your reses are being countered by multiple ults, it's really not the worst thing in the world, especially if your team is quick to regroup. I think Kondo, our D.Va, should have been playing a bit further back as we weren't fully regrouped. I'm not sure why I didn't say anything here, it's very obvious we're down a person and trickling is a serious thing on King of the Hill. Right as Winston returns, D.Va dies, which means we have to waste even more time. Sorry buddy, you kinda staggered us here. Mercy's gun is so fucking good at picking off low health people. Truth is, I had no idea what Junkrat's health was at, plus that room is tiny, I could easily have died here. I took a risk and it just so happened to pay off. Once again, I position back for res and try to attach my beam to someone so I'm at least somewhat contributing while waiting. I aim to keep moving and let my health regenerate. I take comfort in knowing that at this rank, people aren't 100% committed to targeting Mercy. Usually, constant repositioning is good enough to lose them. I can't pocket or attend to fire right now, but she allows me to position myself in the air. The enemy is damaging our tanks but not finishing them off, which gets me a lot of ult charge very quickly. This time I hide completely for res because I cannot risk being picked off during the final fight. I know I'm not going to be able to stabilise Lucio, so it's best to just let him die and get a 3-man res. I start flying to the corpse that's furthest away because by the time I get to them, Lucio should just be dead. I've rewatched this footage a few times and I don't know how I missed Pharah here. Slowing down the frames, it seems to say 3 as I res, and Pharah's respawn icon is a good few seconds off being full.
Okay, since their only healer is Lucio, the way we win this is just by focusing people. So, if any of you got like mics, we can like call shit out. If anyone wants to kind of...
After losing so many games in a row, I just wasn't in the mood to be talking much, which kinda sucks because my team felt very aimless and I think just needed a little bit of guidance. Plus, as you heard, some of my allies were kinda like getting angry at each other and you just don't want to get involved with that shit. The team splits off into 2. I try to stay off point while D.Va goes forward, leaving me alone with Lucio in front of Winston.
Focus this Winston here.
Being killed by the Winston you said to focus is pretty funny, but fair play, my positioning kinda sucked. It may have been better to go with the allies who went left. D.Va's defense matrix can't really protect me against Winston, and we do have Reaper. Another thing is, we had Pharah on our team. I completely forgot about her while Winston was attacking me. Like, I start by damage boosting her as we walk to the point, I stop, and she just leaves my mind completely. I could have been looking around for a fly route. After rewatching the footage, I don't know where she was during this, probably behind me somewhere? I should have told Hanzo to grab a health kit here instead of just staring at the scoreboard. Also, my damage amplified is fucking pitiful.
The wonders of modern medicine.
Kondo pushed forward way too soon, and I missed out on a few seconds of healing him because I didn't follow and lost line of sight. I think this death was kind of on us both. Zarya's glowing blue, this means she's high charged and my biggest priority. I want to keep her alive and damage boosted. I look away from Zarya for 1 second and then, uh-oh. From my position, going after her isn't feasible, she's just fucking dead, dude. My team is staggering, trickling, and feeding like crazy right now. This is where I should have stepped in and said, hey guys, we've got res, fight on point, get a pick or 2, it's okay if you die, just we need to do something.
Reaper behind us.
My team has finally grouped to 6 and they're using a shitload of ults, this is great, I'll just position myself for res. Ugh, I needed to fly in, res, and fly back out to Zarya, not fucking try to kill their Hanzo. I think the res was okay otherwise. At this point I'm just like, you know what, let's just fucking reposition at spawn, okay? Let's just stay here.
Reaper, come on.
What? What's going on, Reaper? I'm Zarya with Gold Elimination. Gold tubes.
Nice kill.
That's not making any sense, man. DPS.
You were DPS like 5 seconds ago.
I know, but you know.
What are you talking about? So shut the fuck
Pick it up,
up.
bro.
Yeah, those 5 seconds. Get on point, baby.
Right now it's just D.Va shooting at me from a distance, which isn't very scary, like I remain calm here. I thought about shooting Reaper here, but I'm behind him, he can't see me, and I don't want the extra attention. I felt pretty conflicted between damage boosting Lucio or using my pistol here. I went with the second one because I thought I'd build ult quicker from it. I wasn't happy with this res at all, I just did it for the immunity frames. I wonder if I could have gotten away with backing off and grabbing the mini health kit here. Right now, I play with the mindset of everyone's fucking after me, just keep moving, try to stay out of the middle of it. Yeah, that would have been a really nice double, or maybe even 3-man res if I'd had it.
Yeah,
I am 100% okay with this dude playing Bastion. When we're down 2, or 1 with recent changes, on King of the Hill, I welcome a surprise pick or cheese strat with open fucking arms. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, we're probably gonna lose anyway. Missy's also a fantastic babysitter for Bastion.
No, he can't carry us. He's not good enough.
You should be at peak performance level.
Put yourself in an awkward position.
Yep.
Kondo's positioning here sucked, and I think he knew that. He should have flown towards us to escape instead of going around back.
Reaper's behind you, Bastion.
I think that call out could have been a bit quicker. It could have been like, Reaper's up top, he's probably gonna jump down. Following Reaper here while half our team is dead was really dumb. Here I should have spoken up and said, hey, we've got to get back, or just let him die by himself. Now, my team has fed the enemy 2 players instead of just 1. I tried to jump off and kill myself and minimise the feed, but out of habit or muscle memory I held down space instead of letting myself drop. Kondo mained Farah for a long time and he's legit super good at her. We have a little pact where if he plays her, I don't go Mercy because Pharmacy at these ranks is really boring and just feels really cheesy. At this point, I was a bit frustrated and didn't give a shit about that. I also had a feeling it wasn't going to turn things around anyway.
We got numbers.
Damn, I could 9 for shit this game. It would have been better to just damage boost Reaper here. I wasn't going to res these 2 because I felt we'd won the fight and had the numbers to cap. Then Junkrat gets right in my face and I was terrified I'd die, so I panic Q for the immunity and miss one of the 2 in the process. But we still kept the point, and that's great, right? I need to focus on getting ult very quickly right now since we don't have our safety net for their next push.
Let's get you back out there.
I should have said that the enemy was capping and that one of us needed to get on point. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, what you're about to see is a play so fucking shit it caused an out-of-body experience. Like, I knew it was a bad idea, but I just couldn't stop my hands. It was honestly like they were disconnected from my brain. Yeah, you saw that, right? I heard Reaper teleport up there, and instead of saying it to Bastion, I took out my pistol and missed every fucking shot. Between 3 accounts, I have like 1,000 hours on Overwatch, and holy shit, I think that's legitimately the worst move I've ever fucking made.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
Since this is the final fight of the final round and I basically have res, I should be backing off and playing safely here. I have no idea why I flew into the point here. Had my team not stabilised there, I pretty much would have thrown this game with that sloppy positioning.
Both of our ults can kill
I immediately check the scoreboard and think, shit, we used every ult but mine and Bastion's there. All they need is one good push. I am very glad I still have res. Right now, there is an incredible pressure on me to stay alive and have a good ult.
coming in.
I see them engage and get the fuck back. I need my team to get a pick or 2, then die on point. I need the enemy to have poor ult management here. I was, and still kind of am, very pleased with this res, and the immediate pick afterwards gave me a glimmer of hope. I heard Winston land near me, and decided to fly through Hanzo to get away. This is kind of a weird move, and I'm surprised I didn't die here. I also went through the point to get the mini health kit instead of going around. Pretty dangerous, and we did have someone else contesting. I don't know if this can be classed as a C9 because Winston was pushing us off, but fuck me is that a fitting end to the match. In conclusion, my team was bad, my friend was bad, and I was bad. Shit like this is why people always recommend you stop after losing 2 in a row. It's really easy to scapegoat the DPS and say we're losing because of them, or that it's the fault of the people not in our stack, but it's not always the case. Tanks and supports do have a huge influence on the match, and when they play badly, everyone suffers. What's interesting to me is that I had almost 1,000 in damage amplified, but only 11 assists, meaning my team just really wasn't killing anyone. Maybe this is because Kondo positioned poorly and didn't make space for them, or I didn't tell my team when to move in or go as a group. The biggest question is, would we have won this if Kondo and I hadn't been tilted? I don't know the answer, but we definitely would have done a lot better. So yeah, I don't really have much more to say on this one apart from, take breaks often. Thank you so much for watching, have a nice day.